So you're a small business, you've started advertising online. How do you know that the people that are taking the phone calls are being effective? How do you know that you're being effective when you answer the phone? That's why we track every call coming in on campaigns that you do with us here at One Direction Marketing. So how do we do that? We set up what's called a whisper phone number. Said another way, it's a phone number that automatically forwards to your office phone but records the call in between the customer and you automatically. Okay? The reason that we do that is because one, we want to track the effectiveness of a campaign, meaning how many calls are you getting off of our marketing efforts, right? Number two, you may think that your receptionist or your salesperson or whoever's answering the phone is doing what you would do or what you think they should do when they answer their phone. But guess what? It may not be happening. And I can assure you, in 90% of businesses, the person answering your phone may not be trained and may not be saying what you would expect them to say when a lead comes in. Okay? So that's why we track the calls. That's why we record the calls so you as the business owner knows where your money's going. Let me put it to you a different way. Let's say you called me and said, hey, Jay, I own a dental practice. I own a plumbing company. I own a cosmetic surgery center, right? I need to get more leads. I said, okay. I do an analysis on your business. I find out where the weak points are. I come in and I say, here's what you need to do. Here's how much it costs. We agree on it and we do it. Now you're spending money with me, okay? The issue is we get down the line and you say, Jay, I'm spending X amount of dollars with you per month. I see that we're getting leads, but the leads aren't working. The leads are bad. We're not selling anymore. I don't see any revenue going up in my business, right? Where's the value in what you're doing, right? These are all questions that a lot of business owners would have, not just for me, but for any marketer out there, okay? So how do I combat that? How do I, as a marketer, right, come back and say, well, that is happening or not happening? How can I prove to you that what I'm doing is working, okay? So we do that several ways, but one way is with call tracking. Now, what we do with call tracking is we go back and we review the calls that you had received after a campaign is over. So maybe and let's just put it on me. Let's say it's my fault. Let's say that we're doing a Botox injection ad or an Invisalign ad, right? Or a water heater checkup ad, and I put something in there wrong. And we think we're running water heaters, and we have a picture of something totally different. We have somebody on the beach, and people are calling you for a vacation rental, okay? If that call comes in and they say, hey, I'm looking for a vacation rental, then that would obviously be our fault. Never happens, but let's just say it did, okay? Let's reverse engineer that. Let's just say that I sent you 144 phone calls that month for people looking for Botox, cosmetic surgery, a new water heater, whatever it is, and you closed or your team closed 4. And you said, Jay, I'm paying you all this money, and we only got 4 new deals this month. I don't want to do any more with you. Okay. We go back, we listen to the phone calls, and you realize that your receptionist up front who's answering the calls has no sales training, who doesn't know anything about what you do. And when they call in, they're calling in for a Botox injection, and she's saying, yeah, that'd be $10,000. When would you like to come in? Okay. Or they are calling for plumbing, right? And they say, hey, I want a water heater inspection. No problem. Well, he's really busy. I don't know if he can come. It might be 3 weeks before he can get there, right? You would be surprised at what your staff is saying to your clients. Part of the service that I provide, I've been in business a long time. over 13 years, and I can promise you that your staff may not be saying what you think that they're saying, and you're losing money. I promise you. Okay, I can bring all the leads that you want to you. If you have a big enough budget, we can grow your company exponentially. However, if you don't have good people on the phone converting those leads, that's a problem. So, back to call tracking. Why do we track the calls? One, we do it for the effectiveness of the campaign to make sure you get enough calls. But two, to make sure that your salespeople are doing the right job. And when a campaign goes wrong, where does it go wrong? Is it with the advertising company? Is it with the ad itself? Is it with the advertising media, right? Should it be on pay-per-click or SEO instead of Facebook? Is it with your receptionist? Is it with you just going and you can't close the job, right? These are all things that happen in business. So this is just an example of 5 tracking sources, right? Here's a couple of websites. We're doing a Google AdWords, an ad extension. You got 144 calls from the work that we're doing, okay? We track the calls by date, time, the phone number that they called in, how long the call was, which is another interesting fact, okay? Let's just say you got 144 calls and your receptionist is on the phone all of 45 seconds with each call because she's overwhelmed. Maybe it's not her fault. Maybe she's getting 30 calls in an hour and she can't handle that much volume, okay? These are all things that we look at. You have the caller's name, their phone number, where they're calling from, the source, right? So let's say that we're doing SEO for you, we're doing your website for you, whatever it is. Where did that call come from? We know that based on the phone number that's on there. What happened? So was it answered? Was it not answered? And guess what? The call is recorded. So we can come here and we can listen to the call and what's going on. So important. If you're a small business owner today and you're wanting to do a marketing campaign, believe me, you need to record your calls. You need to understand what's going on in your business, because if not, you're losing money. It could be thousands, it could be tens of thousands of dollars that's going out the door to your competitor because you don't know what's going on in your business. Okay, this is Jay with One Direction Marketing. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Click on the link or call the phone number below if you'd like us to track your calls for you and help you with your marketing and get more clients in the door and make your sales staff more effective. Have a great day.